Hi friends, happy New Year's Eve. I am so glad that I was able to carve out some time to do a video with you guys tonight. I hope you all are being safe and warm and getting ready to celebrate the New Year's with your loved ones. It is raining here, which I love, so it's going to be a cozy night in. We don't usually go out and do anything crazy for New Year's. We like to celebrate at home, where we're safe, where we're warm, where we can talk about the year ahead, reflect on the year behind us, and a little tradition that me and my son always do, after we do like dinner and, whatever else we go out and do, we'll come home and get ice cream and snacks and scratchers. We love to pretend that we are going to start the new year as new millionaires, and it's just a little fun thing that we do. So after I record this video, we are going to go pick up his girlfriend and go get some snacks and hang out at home and do some scratchers, maybe watch a movie later. So that is our night. I would love to know what you guys are doing tonight, or what traditions you guys usually have celebrating the new year. What's the weather like where you guys are? It's actually really nice here. It's 51 degrees and it's like drizzling, wet and rainy, but it's like not cold, not windy. It's actually just nice. We were walking around earlier in the rain, went out and got some lunch, so that was nice. It's going to be a quiet night here, but yeah, drop in the comments. Let me know what you guys are doing tonight, or any cool traditions you have with your family for New Year's. Would love to hear from you guys if you have something more exciting than we do. And even if you don't, let me know about your cozy night in. Oh, do you guys still do New Year's resolutions? I feel like that was such a thing in the 2000s. Like when I was growing up, it was like a big thing. Everyone talked about their New Year's resolutions. And then I feel like as we are going into, I don't know, maybe the last 4 or 5 years, I feel like it really isn't talked about much. It's not marketed as much with all these companies like New Year's resolution. So yeah, do you guys still do that? Do you write in like some sort of manifestation journal things you want to manifest in the new year, or I guess what the old timers like me would call New Year's resolutions? And if you have any, what are they? What are you hoping to do better in the coming year, or just different? I'm trying to think, if I had a New Year's resolution, what it would be. I haven't thought about this in a while. I'll have to think about it. I should have an hour or two tomorrow to get back on here on New Year's Day. So yeah, maybe we'll reflect tonight and come back and think about what we want to do better in the new year, or do differently, or focus on, all those things. So I'm going to sleep on that because I haven't thought about it, and there's probably a lot of journaling and reflecting I could do while my son is distracted with his girlfriend tonight. Of course, they will be in the house, in earshot. They're good kids, but yeah, they'll definitely be playing the guitar or the PlayStation upstairs while I do some journaling tonight. So I really didn't have any sort of idea for the video today. I mean, I kind of want to do something looking at the year ahead, but I wanted to like zoom in. I didn't want to make it just like 2026 predictions like overall. I do want to do that tomorrow, where we look at like politics, global war, energy, all of that. I feel like tonight I kind of want to focus on what we do here on this channel, which is more so like true crime or unsolved cold cases, things, like JonBenét Ramsey, or current cold cases like Summer Wells, or missing children like Sebastian Rogers, things like that. So I don't know, I kind of wanted to pull a spread to see what could be going on in the true crime community, either with content creators, cases, past cases, future cases that may be coming on the scene, anything we can expect in the realm of true crime in kind of what we normally look into on a day-to-day basis here on the channel. And then tomorrow you guys should come back. I'm going to give you guys details about a New Year's private reading special that I'm going to be running. It's going to come with a full hour reading and a mini reading, so you'll buy one get one type of thing, and I'll explain to you exactly how all of that's going to go. I'm going to release those details on January 1st, so come back tomorrow if you're interested in a buy one get one type of private reading special I will be running only for the month of January, and I think I'm going to limit it to 10 slots total, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, I have, okay, so the decks that I pulled out, I have a bee deck, an animal deck, I have mermaids, dragons, cats, and humans. So I tried to get like a little smorgasbord of just different energies here. So obviously the bees, the theme of the channel, we have to have some humans in there, and yeah, some mythical creatures with some cats and regular animals. I really don't have a spread in mind or any questions. I guess we're just going to open it up for the year ahead, asking Spirit what we can expect in the true crime space, any cases that may be finding resolution or justice, any changes in big cases like Idaho 4. Is something going to happen there? Is something new going to come on the scene, like some massive story like the Idaho 4 when that broke? Could we, you know, are we to expect something in that realm? Yeah, I don't know. And it's going to be interesting to try to read it intuitively, you know, figuring out, is this a current case? Does this match certain energies we've read on? Is this a future case? So I'm not sure, but that's what we're going to do tonight. Thank you guys for joining me and hanging out with me on your New Year's Eve. Of course, if you guys see this tomorrow, Happy New Year's. Now I'm just trying to think on which cards I want to start with. I shuffled my tea leaves again today. Oh, I wanted to bring out the Lenormand. So we have Tarot, Lenormand, Oracle, Animal, Mythical, Cats, Humans, Bees. Okay, so let's... This is the Honey Hive Lenormand. I'm going to try to do better, guys, at saying the decks I'm using. I just have so many. You guys keep asking if I will, like, list them somewhere. I don't think I'm going to do that. Maybe after I purge a lot of my decks and fine-tune my collection here. Ooh, why do I feel like there was something backwards here? The cross and the clouds. Once I fine-tune my collection and narrow it down, I mean, I have, I think, just a little over 100 decks at this point. Maybe like 110. I don't know. I really want to narrow it down, probably to start to like 75. I think I'm going to purge at least like 25, 30 decks to start. Just ones I don't reach for, ones I've outgrown, ones I got because I thought they would resonate or because they were on sale. You know, just different reasons why you accumulate different decks over time. And if I don't use them, they're just taking up so much space. And there are certain decks that I continually reach for. And then there also are a ton of decks that I would love to acquire in my collection now that I'm learning more about what my style is and certain decks and creators that speak to me. So before I keep buying more, I do want to get rid of some. So once I do, I'll list the decks that I'm keeping like in my core collection. And then if you guys have questions, just hit the timestamp so I know which deck you're looking at the time. And I can tell you which deck I'm using there. And then also not saying what decks I'm using also forces you guys to ask which deck that is. You put the timestamp, it also boosts the engagement. I know it's like an annoying way to also boost the engagement, but if you're curious about a deck, just hit that timestamp button and ask which deck is that. I'll comment back, and 2 for 1. You get to know which deck I'm using and I get to boost the engagement just a tiny bit. So thank you guys for understanding. But yes, this is the Honey Hive Lenormand. As I remember, I will tell you guys what we're using, but it doesn't always happen naturally when I'm in the zone and reading, so don't be afraid to ask. Also, if you are here and you're watching and you enjoy this channel and you come back regularly, can you please hit the like button as soon as the video starts? That also helps a lot. I know it's ridiculous, but you know, if you're new and you're stumbling across a new video and you don't want to just immediately give them your like, it's totally understandable. But if you guys are Hive members here and do enjoy the content, if you guys could hit the like button upon entering, and then, you know, even just dropping a hello in the comments as the video is getting started, or dropping an emoji saying where you're listening from, any of that also helps. The earliest engagement when the video starts, like a lot of my videos are like longer than an hour, so if we're like 20 minutes in before anyone comments, it also tells the algorithm that nobody's engaging with this. So as soon as the video starts, hitting the like, dropping a hi also tells YouTube that this content is worth viewing. So I do appreciate that. I cannot believe, guys, we are starting 2026 at over 10,000 subscribers. Like, I can't say enough how much I appreciate you guys and how grateful I am for every single one of you who are here and continue to support me and the channel and Alice, and just the ways that you guys surround us in love and compliments. And just thank you. Thank you for making this seriously one of the best years of my life. Embarking on this journey, you know, 2024 was still brand new to YouTube. I did 6 months. I started June 6th on YouTube, so I had a good half of 2024 on YouTube. It was a slow start, but I met some amazing people who have been here from the very beginning, who saw potential in me right off the bat, and we just continue to grow in 2025. It's just been remarkable getting to know you guys and calling you guys friends and engaging and interacting with strangers from all around the world who have literally become some of my favorite humans. So just again, thank you guys for being on this journey with me. It's been such an incredible year. All right, let's dive into what we can expect in 2026. Spirit, guide this reading. Let us know what we can expect in the true crime space for 2026. The Anchor, Excuse my nails. I was supposed to have a nail appointment today and I missed it on purpose. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't want to go spend 2 hours of my morning sitting at the nail salon. I wanted to go have lunch with my son and walk around. So I ditched the nail appointment. I promise New Year's we will have fresh new nails. I was explaining to somebody in the comments that, you know, with my anxiety, ADHD, autism, whatever you want to call it, when I can wear nails for a while. Sometimes I'll have them on for 6 weeks before I get like a massive freak out. But then sometimes, like, where are my ADHD girlies at, where you just can't stand the feeling of something anymore, and like just the feeling of the nails on my fingers will like give me so much anxiety that I have to rip them off, even if they were like freshly done a week ago. Like there's just times where it'll hit me out of nowhere and I will literally have to pick them off, and then my cuticles will bleed. And then I am a chronic nail biter, so I have to keep nails on to keep my hands looking presentable, because I also work in sales in a very professional manner. So when I have like breaks or stress gets too much, I just rip them off, and I'm so sorry you guys have to witness this. But yes, they will be beautiful again soon after New Year's, because unfortunately I do have to go back to work. Dog. Let's do four of these. Garden. Letter and child. I'm not going to take them, but they both came out. I don't know, I'm debating. Am I taking them across at the bottom? The letter and the child. I don't know. Okay, let me get one more. Spirit, give me one more for what we can expect in any true crime energy for 2026. I love that cat. Tomorrow will be 1 year since we've had her. We were at my mom's on New Year's Day when she just kind of adopted us. She came home with me on New Year's Day 2025. So yeah, Alice got to spend one of the best years of my life with us here, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I just love her so much. The sun. I mean, this really is beautiful energy. The sun, the garden, the dog. The anchor. Bottom of the deck is the coffin. I was like, that can't, I mean, this is for reading on true crime. Whoa, bro. What are you doing? Come on. No? Okay. Bottom of the deck is the coffin. I was like, oh, for reading on true crime, I mean, that just is going to be a good year. No true crime cases to read on. But then again, the good energy could also be cases that haven't seen justice yet, going in a positive direction. So I don't know, let's just feel into that. I want to get tea leaves. I'm just not sure where I want to put them yet. Let's bookend the Lenormand with 2 animal spirits. Ooh. 3. It's feeling right though. What flipped over? The bat. The eagle at the bottom. I feel like we're going to take all 3 of these. I don't know, I'm now seeing a spread in my head with the 2 tea leaves on each side of these. All right, and I'm just hearing to take the tea leaves first and leave the middle card. Leave them, okay, I don't know, sometimes just random. I don't know. Major challenge to overcome. Okay. Anchor. Let's get... so great. I was definitely feeling this energy with the dog, and I don't think we've ever pulled this card on the channel before. There's a ton of tea leaves we've never pulled on the channel before, and some that continue to be shown. But like, I'll tell you guys, like, I don't go through and look at all of the cards. I usually buy oracle cards and wait till they come out organically to even like look into them. And this card definitely feels new. I don't think we've ever seen this card on the channel, but I was feeling that with like the dog in the garden. It's like being guided, and even like a search dog. So if we're thinking like true crime cases, that's what it's feeling. It's feeling like an obstacle, and then like needing to be shown the way, kind of like a dog goes out and, hi baby, okay, you can stay, but your butt needs to go this, there you go. You will be shown the way. Okay, so the dog, like a mountain, something to overcome. The garden, almost like searching like a state park is what I'm getting, like a national like search and rescue, because the sun also like guides you, follow the light. The garden with the mountain is giving me like a state park. The dog is giving me like you'll be shown the way to find something, like missing hiker or something like that. I guess, let's see. Well, you messed up my animal cards, bruh. The sun, the candle, the dog with the obstacle. Okay, I don't know which one was which, but I was told to leave the middle face down, so I don't know why or when. The swan, and the butterfly. Undergoing great change and transformation. There's an obstacle with change and transformation. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Okay, let me go back. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. That would be that dog energy. Committing to one daily routine, a meal, a practice, or a prayer, done at the same time every day will do wonders for lifting butterfly spirit. Okay, let's see swan. Effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, elegant power. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. So the swan is solo time and talks about writing, going within, soul searching, writing, creating. It's feeling like, as far as true crime goes, it's feeling like a retreat, like a retreat type of adventure with a group of people in a national park, like where you get together, the garden and the dog, the friends, the sun. It's supposed to be a good time. It's being in nature. It's there to transform you. It's like a soul retreat, something like that, where you're with people, but then something happens. Either they get lost, tragedy, a storm. It's feeling like that, and it's feeling like nothing that we've seen before. So this is feeling like future energy. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, let's just keep going. I feel like getting an archetype and then revealing the center card with the archetype is what I'm being called to right now. Look at this. The mountain right here in the middle. The womb and the king. Like inside of a mountain, like being stuck in a cave. Because the womb is giving me like the heart, the inside, the warmth of the mountain. The king. I'm not taking any of these, but the fact that mountain came out again kind of is confirmation for me with the healer. Transformation. Solo time. Does somebody get away from the group? Spirit, give me one archetype for the middle animal energy. That was pilgrimage. Okay, so we had pilgrim, healer, mountain, king. It's like giving me, yeah, like a pilgrimage. There's the king again. Okay, is that important? Is this in a country that possibly would have like a king as a ruler? Spain, England. We have mother and father in my hand. Ooh, the seed. And we have the womb. What is this? Mother, father, the seed, the womb. We have the king out here again. The desert. It's definitely feeling like a pilgrimage, a journey, a spiritual journey, a national park, possibly somewhere with a king. Or the name of the retreat or the town or the park or something could have the word king in it, or something like that would be like a royal type of name. Is there a national park like that? That would be like... Okay, let's see. Let's get one. All right, there's our one card. Bottom of the deck is the fault line. Gnosis or Gnosis. I think somebody told me that G is silent. I don't know. I always pronounce everything wrong. Okay. What is this? Mystic truth. So that's matching this, like your inner mystic truths. Contemplating the mystery or unanswerable questions. Unanswerable questions. Being shown the way to mystic truths. The true artist helps the world by revealing mystic truths. So it's giving swan energy. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures, in scholarly books, or on library shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling, not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemist takes their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip toward mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. A knowing that is life-changing, transformative. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of Gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. A knowing that is life-changing. Okay, let's see what... knowing that is life-changing with octopus. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus intertwines itself into other people's business and shares theirs without restraint. They believe that what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries, be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. Needy or clingy. To bring this into balance, talk therapy or space to one's self. Again, space to oneself, having clear boundaries, going within, solo time, retreating, writing. It's feeling very like an mystical truth, transformation. It's feeling like psychic. Like the psychic tarot space, not just true crime in general, but like the psychic true crime space is also being highlighted here. Channel writers, remote viewers, tarot readers, mediums, channelers, all those things, whatever you call yourself. We all have our own preferred methods, but you know, some people are like, I don't resonate. I don't call myself a psychic. I'm this, I'm that, whatever it is. You go beyond reading facts in a book to go to the spiritual realm to receive knowledge. That's what I'm seeing here, but also with like being shown the way. So in the same way that like a search dog goes and finds missing people, maybe there's going to be this another like big announcement about like a psychic who finds something big in regards to like a missing person, a tragedy, something like that, to where it's like undeniable. Like it's definitely giving that kind of energy, like finding something, the sun, the candle, the dog, the mountain, and obstacle, transformation, and then a lot of like very spiritual type of truths and knowledge here to be found. I don't know, let's keep going. Let's just see. I'm gonna get two of our popular B cards here. Spirit, continue to show us what we can expect in 2026, whatever it is you're revealing to us here. Can you give me two cards? This is such a repeated energy, but this is the lore card. This is also like overflow with rain. This also talks about April. So like this could be a timing card. This could be talking about rain on a mountain, like going on a retreat, being stuck in the rain, slipping on a mountain when it's wet. Springtime. The card on the bottom was May, so April, May, overflow. That could be flooding. Spring, it doesn't have to be April, it could be February, March, April, whenever you experience spring, wherever you are. And then manipulation, lies, rumors, false news. Black sheep and narcissist. I guess I can show you guys these up close. A lot of you guys really love these cards. Unfortunately, the seller is not selling them right now. The black sheep. Bottom of the deck is DNA. Identification cards. This could be passports, IDs, selfies, fingerprints, DNA left behind. It's also my male card. So this is the drone bee, where I have a queen bee that looks like this. This is the masculine, who is smaller and fatter. This would be a drone bee, which is masculine. And then the bully card. So a bully masculine with a manipulating narcissist is also showing up here. Possibly something to do with a relationship, a partnership. There's sadness here. We have the bully card here, a breakup, a regret, a fall. I know it says fall, but like it's giving me like a fall on a mountain. Isn't there a case where like a guy takes his wife hiking and they're in like this weird spot and he like pushes her off a mountain? I don't know. That energy right there with these cards is what that was giving me. And like they had a camera and like, I remember the story vaguely, but it's like he had to wait a certain amount of hours for search and rescue. And he had like their camera with him and they were taking pictures of each other on like the edge of this mountain. And it like didn't make sense for them to be there. I don't know how that's going to play into it. Let's start with the humans. Then we'll go to the cats, the dragons, the mermaids. We'll get a few cards from each of these and try to put this story together. I don't know exactly what's going on here. This also talks about healthy boundaries and relationships. All right, Spirit, what else do you want us to know about something coming in 2026 in terms of what's going on in the true crime space? Huh. Now we see a woman tied up. Stuck. That could be like stuck with the mountain and the anchor is being anchored down to something, stuck on a mountain, in a mountain. Someone that like gets their foot stuck between rocks or, you know, like slips. Death with the Four of Wands. Being stuck out in the cold. Stuck on a mountain. A fall on a mountain. The Hierophant and the Hangman. Yeah, like on a spiritual retreat. Stuck on a mountain. Possibly a female, maybe with her spouse. Is there something like questionable about this experience? The Hermit, search and rescue. Like being stuck and needing to find. I'm thoroughly convinced now there's somebody stuck on or will be stuck on a mountain that needs help being found. Something like a psychic might even help pinpoint the location. A dog, maybe even a psychic that leads a dog to a certain area to search to find somebody who's stuck or missing. Trapped. Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Three of Swords. Feels like this, if this is a story, if this is a storyline of something that's going to happen, there's also questions around a masculine and money, like infidelity, somebody they like don't trust. If there's a woman, yeah, Death card at the bottom. Yikes. Okay. It's like either the friends are questioning this, the friends don't trust this person, or this group goes out with a bunch of friends and then like something tragic happens to one of them. But there's also like questions around like money and infidelity. Like, okay, this could be a freak accident of like a trip gone bad, but also there's like this weird narcissistic type of energy here with a masculine possibly. So there's questions about it. I guess let's just keep clarifying. I'm going to do 5 cards from each of these decks that I have out here. All right, Spirit, clarify. Clarify 8 of Swords. The Ace of Cups. 3 of Swords. Something about heartbreak and love with this woman who finds herself in a compromised position. Show me the Hermit. The Death. Searching for a body. I think it goes from searching for a live person to searching for a body. We've seen Death card quite a few times already. Even the dogs, like cadaver dogs. Judgment with 10 of Swords on top of the 10 of Pentacles. This was a decision, a consequence of something around money or family. It was like a betrayal, a getting even, a consequence of somebody's actions that is supposed to be staged to look like an accident, but this is clearly deliberate. Knight of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, wanting to be single. 3 of Swords, Queen of Cups. Yeah, heartbreak to the Queen of Cups. So there's a woman here, I feel like, that is going to go on a trip either with friends, a spouse, a spiritual retreat. Something is going to go south. Maybe literally, maybe figuratively. Judgment, Death, and 10 of Swords definitely tells me something goes really wrong here. I do feel like a death actually does occur. Possibly around a national park, around a retreat, a staged hike, something like that. Could be like they plan a trip, like the guy plans a trip when he knows it's going to rain, or they run into rain and it's like an opportunity taken advantage of, or something like that. There's sticky relationships here. And a need for like search and rescue, and an attempted like, she fell, she's stuck, I had to come back and get help, something like that. Wow, crazy. Okay, let's get some dragons out here. Yeah, and we did see, oh, maybe somebody finds out they're pregnant. It was like, we've seen at the beginning, the mother, the father, the womb, the king, the mountain. What was the other one? The healer. Ace of Cups with 8 of Swords. 10 of Wands, 4 of Cups. A burden and being uninterested in something. Like falling out of love with somebody, being uninterested. Somebody's more of a burden. They're not interested in this cup anymore. Here's the Ace of Cups, and now they no longer want the cup. So definitely giving planned energy. The Hermit with the Death card is giving me finding the body. The Hierophant. Okay, and again, that's giving me like unconventional ways to find the body, like using spirituality, psychics, psychic channeling. 4 of Wands, celebration. This is showing me like marriage using like, these together was giving me like priest, pastor, pope, something like that, especially with the 4 of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. So like, for some reason what's coming into mind is like marrying into money, or there also being this like financial motive, whether this be life insurances, prenups, things like that involved in a betrayal around a marriage, getting out of something. 3 of Cups. 9 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Somebody who has other suitors, who's done a lot of cheating, already talking to other people. It's giving like Lacey Peterson type of vibes. Somebody who already is already suiting other people, is already cheating. The Death card there with the 7 of Pentacles. With Judgment again. I get one more for 3 of Swords. Queen of Cups. Page of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. Somebody studied this? Like studying how to make somebody disappear? It was premeditated, definitely planned for a while. There's going to be proof of a planning here, proof of infidelity. I mean, this is not a common, or I'm sorry, this is not an uncommon type of case. This is probably one of the most common, but it's clearly here in the cards, guys. So I don't know what kind of big news story is going to break in 2026 or what this is actually alluding to, but it looks like something that might be happening at some point. That'll be interesting to see what ends up coming out. What we do here is, we just heard that gunshot. I don't know if you guys picked up on it. Look at this. There's like a celebration and then being stuck and then a loss. So something about being stuck, like celebrating with friends, doing something you think is fun, but it's like a planned. I don't even remember what I was saying before the gunshot, but yeah, okay. So what I was saying is what we do here in true crime is not necessarily like local cases or smaller things you hear about. In some way, I feel like this will be something we all hear about. In other countries, I feel like it'll be something that kind of hits like a Nancy Grace type of level of coverage, if that makes sense. 10 of Pentacles again. Somebody important. Somebody wealthy. Maybe this is why it hits the stage. It's like a wealthy CEO or like a name we would recognize, or there's a connection to somebody important. It's like something that where these kind of situations happen all the time, but maybe who they're connected to in terms of the 10 of Pentacles, the legacy, the family, the last name, the company, something like that will have something that attracts like more media attention. So it feels like it'll be bigger than like if this just happened in my backyard and some guy just took his wife out to Yosemite and then got her stuck and left her there and it was suspicious, right? Like if that happened here in California, up in Yosemite, this necessarily wouldn't be like national coverage, but I feel like this would be something a little more than that, if that makes sense. Judgment card again. 3 times we've seen this card. Judgment in this type of situation gives me like revenge or like a consequence. Like you did this and now, like the narcissist who has to punish somebody for what they did wrong. It's feeling like a punishment from a sick individual who like literally plans this out because he doesn't want to be where he's at. There's reasons why he can't just leave, and he's also upset about something. The Moon. Judgment and the Moon. Here we have, yeah, searching. That's the Hermit with the Death card, searching for the body, the Hierophant, and the Moon. Searching for something you can't find, something in the dark. Maybe they do, like this search goes into the night, or this happens at night, so they lose a bunch of time. Something about the dark seems significant there, especially because the first one out in this row was the Hermit with the Lantern and the Death card. And when you can't see in the dark to do actual like searches, you kind of go into like a meditative state and do channeled writing, remote viewing, something like that, to where you have to rely on your senses or 10 of Pentacles, Judgment, 4 of Wands, the World, and Justice. And ending with Justice could be a divorce. Judgment. This is the Wedding card, a Judgment, 10 of Pentacles, like ending over divorce. So I feel like this story will have some sort of like energy around like somebody, yeah, look at, oh wow, somebody has to die in order for this to make sense because they can't leave them. Divorce is out of the question, and also it's feeling like they're upset about something and would rather honestly hurt this person. Look, here's the Death card. There's the 2 of Cups, either an ending to a relationship, like a final ending a spouse. The Hierophant, death over divorce is exactly what that's giving me. Death, relationship, Hierophant, death to get out of a spiritual union, The Hangman, like, okay, and then this is giving me like stuck upside down. Like if they find someone on a mountain in between rocks or something, that's giving me position of being stuck. Justice here. It's so weird. I mean, people can be so disgusting and evil. Like I hate that we're reading on this type of energy, but I mean, this happens every day basically. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, happiness. Yeah, like this is partying. Look at 9 of Pentacles. Okay. The Knight of Wands is somebody who is young or acts young or immature, who likes to party, likes to adventure, likes to go out, likes to pretend they're single. We have the 9 of Pentacles here. We have the 3 of Cups. This is friends. This is parties. This is celebration. This is parties. This is fun. This is enjoyment, fulfillment. This is drinking cards. So we have drinking with friends, pretending you're single, going out, hooking up with girls. It's giving that kind of energy. Very party boy energy. For sure. This is party boy energy. Possibly somebody even younger with that Knight of Wands. This could be somebody like 20s, 30s, a younger type of situation. Or just a man who's like stuck in that like mentality, acting like he's 25, never grew up. Ooh. Okay, so now we have the 3 of Swords with the Queen of Cups, the Page of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles was there. That is being single and getting to keep all of your money. 7 of Swords, the knife in the back, the betrayal. It's wanting to be single, wanting to party, already suiting other people, not being happy in this marriage, needing to do something to get out of the marriage before divorce is on the table so that you can be single, party, have fun. But also what you're trying to figure out how to do is also to keep the wealth you've built, keep your freedom, keep everything, and just get rid of the Queen of Cups. What am I missing? I think, is that all the cards? That is all of the cards. Let me check my time, see how much time I have here. All right, I got about 15 minutes. Let me see. Let's do a couple Kipper. We have Lenormand. We can add the Kipper, and then I'll do, to clarify the Kipper, we'll use the Twisted Tarot, the Twisted Tales. All right, Spirit, what else do you want us to know? Thoughts? Yeah, somebody planning this, like probably right now. Or even somebody that like gifted somebody a trip or a retreat, like for Christmas. They're planning this out. The Page of Swords right here with the Magician tells me like it's premeditated, but they're oh, wow. Like they're in the planning phase now, or they have planned this around Christmas to come either into spring or like very soon. I wonder what that noise was, because I have the cat in my lap and the dog is right below my feet. I don't know if the camera picked that up, but it sounded like something like hit the ground. But it sounded distant, like upstairs, like something that like fell off of something upstairs. Yeah, and I keep looking over here. I know you guys can't see my face, but this, my eye just keeps getting drawn to this too. So this is the back of one of the cards over there, and you're seeing like nature out here. The candles, like the lanterns, looking in the dark, a compass, the map. So something happens in nature that requires searching for somebody that appears as an accident at first, and there's something much more nefarious that's uncovered. Privileged lady. Yeah, there's definite confirmation. There's a marriage here and something about a privileged lady. Either her family comes from money, she's the one that has notoriety, or like she's the more recognizable one, or like her family lineage is the one that brings us to like media. Yeah, the thoughts here are despair if I leave this marriage. To the privileged lady. So there's a playboy type of man out here who is tired of being tied to this privileged lady and knows that divorce is not an option because of everything he stands to lose. So there's an elaborate plan set in place right now to how to get rid of her. And it could actually be with a group of people to make it less obvious. I wonder if the other people are in on it. But this marriage and privileged lady, we're going to leave out here. And then we'll get 2 more for this side and then ask a couple specific questions about this energy now that I feel like we have a decent storyline here. Okay, let's see. So can I have 2 more cards before we ask questions about the privileged lady? It's not good. Thief, a mature man in despair over a marriage to a privileged lady and a plan. You know, this could also be the energy of this woman's father. If this is a younger couple, 20s, 30s, even early 40s, if they have prominent family or a lot of money, it's like the father that's in despair kind of makes this national news or elevates it or questions things, or this is the actual husband in some way and he's just coming through in that playboy type of energy. This could definitely be that. Bottom of the deck, thief with family room and mature woman. So yeah, definitely issues going on in the home, in the marriage. Money is definitely a motivator here. All right, let's ask a few questions. I don't think I want to use the Twisted Tales. Let's get a few. The Devil and the Ten of Wands is where we split. Let's get a few clarifiers. Let's ask Spirit, will you tell me about this privileged lady specifically who's in danger? I don't feel this person is deceased yet, but I feel like somebody's actively planning. Is there anything you want to tell us about this privileged lady specifically that can help identify her or what's going on here? Did she cheat? Is she stepping out and this person's afraid if she leaves him, he loses everything? So the revenge is you did something bad. We're not going to get divorced. You're not going to leave me. I'm going to set this up and take everything that's rightfully mine. The Three of Cups, or that's talking about the involvement of a friends group or third party. I don't know. Can I get 2 more cards giving me information about the privileged lady? 2 more cards. That's also showing me the scene of a privileged lady. She's in a nice dress. She's with a gentleman that's in a suit. They're toasting with chalices. They have food all around them, fresh fruit. It's definitely giving privileged lady. There's also 2 women. Yeah, greed. Holding on to the money. There's like third party involvement here, but also heavy greed. Spirit, can you help me clarify? Is she cheating or is he cheating? Are they both cheating? Who is cheating? Oh. 2 of Cups is here at the bottom, clarifying the couple. 9 of Cups in reverse, unhappy, not satisfied, heading for divorce. 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, planning to leave. Judgment, a decision. They're not happy. I feel like they're both entertaining other people. They're staying together because they're hanging on to the money. They're not happy and they're headed towards divorce because they're not happy. Okay, so that's on the woman's side. Tell me about the mature man or the despair energy over here. Can I get 3 cards? Oof, the Magician. So these 2 cards, first of all, look at this. Planning a way to make her disappear or planning something, putting things together, looking at something, figuring out how to do this. And then look at this woman who's stuck outside in the snow. 8 of Pentacles with 4 of Swords, putting her plan into motion. Four of Swords. So the planning is coming from the masculine side. Seems like they're both unhappy, potentially both cheating. Neither of them really want to go the divorce route. But I don't think this woman knows that this person is like currently in this current energy planning her like I don't know if it's like a disappearance or like a temporary disappearance. Yeah. Okay, Knight of Cups with the Four of Wands, Knight in Shining Armor, the Marriage card. When that flipped, it just landed in reverse. The Knight in Shining Armor card, the Marriage card, Nine of Pentacles, single and successful. The Lovers, like leaving the Lovers to be. Ooh. Oh, wow. Holy shit. So, okay, we've seen the Knight of Cups with the Four of Wands. In case you're confused, here's another Ten of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles. Strong family ties here with money. The Lovers, again, talking about the couple, but this Lovers, again, look at this, has 3 people in it. There's a third person here involved that wants the money, doesn't want to lose the money and the status, but they're courting somebody else and they're planning something that looks like an accident to become single but leave with the money. And the Knight of Cups with the Four of Wands almost telling me like this man on this side is setting this up to be like, let's go on a couples retreat. Let's take our friends. Let's go out in nature. Let's do this like healing journey. Let's go find our spirituality. Let's find our way back to each other. It's almost giving like courting her, showering her with gifts, the narcissist, love bombing, trying to pretend to fix things to get this person comfortable with this trip or this idea or this plan. So it's like they're extra love bombing the woman to get them to go try to either like repair this or fix something, that type of energy, but it's a setup. All right, give me 3 cards for mature man. Three cards for mature man. Okay, there's 3. Queen of Pentacles. There's that feminine. This 6 of Wands is a victory, but you're looking at a wedding. Look at the wedding dress. The 4 of Wands is the wedding card, but this 6 of Wands portrays the wedding to the woman and not being interested, bored, discontent. I don't want that cup anymore, but I want the money. Queen of Swords and Death. Look at this. Death over divorce. Oh, you want to be a single woman? You want to divorce me, leave me, cheat on me? Nope. Okay, now let's ask when this might happen. Oh, this was stuck. Page of Wands was stuck in the caddy. Got left behind. Page of Wands. That is adventure. Exploring. That's hiking. Nature. I'm just going to get half of the Twisted Tales. Ask when we can expect this energy. Spirit, when is this plan supposed to be set into motion? When? The Star with Death at the bottom. The Star. And then we have 3 and 2. 3 of Cups. Again, we have 3 of Cups here multiple times, showing third-party energy. It's also showing like a birthday party, a little kid's birthday party. The Star, showing Hollywood. And then the 2 of Swords. So 3, 2, and 4. So we have February, March, and April. So between February and April, so early spring. Again, like I said, whenever spring starts for you, sometimes it blooms early here in California. So Hollywood, this could be something that actually does happen in California. Between February and April. There's that octopus. The moon. It says girls. Lady something. Lady Luck? Lady Luna? Lady Luna? The moon. Lady Luna. The star. It's like an OnlyFans, like the moon with the XXX, the Lady Luna, and the girl with Hollywood. It's giving me like OnlyFans type. Ace of Wands with Two of Cups. Passion and relationships, the moon. This could be even a Hollywood couple. Like we just had that Rainer situation, like something that happened in Hollywood. This could be somebody that's kind of famous or related to somebody famous, or somebody who's like not actually entertainment famous, but like OnlyFans famous, something like that. I'm gonna get 2 more tea leaves, and then I'm gonna do a final oracle card. Dagger. A knife in the back, and look, you can see the rain in the clouds. Feels like something planned like during a storm. Rainy weather. Get one more. Look at, okay, look, even in Chucky's hand, he's holding the dagger. Interesting. Okay, let me get one more. Happy birthday. Is this like a birthday gift to the feminine to take her on a trip, a birthday outing for a woman that's deceitful? Yes, and getting together with friends. This is a celebration. There's going to be multiple people here. It's going to be like a birthday gift, somebody celebrating a birthday. They get friends together. They go do something out in nature, but there's this elaborate plan behind it. You guys, it's going to be crazy if something like this ends up happening. I pray it doesn't. But the energy's here, so we'll see what ends up happening. Let me get a final oracle card and we will wrap this up for today. Yeah, that's crazy. Let me check. Okay. Let's see. Getting together with friends. Fear, worries, tense situations, celebration. The moon, judgment, 9 of Cups. Before we wrap this up, actually, I want to ask, which deck do I want to use? Let's use the dragons. I want to ask if there's any unsolved current true crime cases that we can expect to see any resolution on. If Spirit gives me a very clear case in the first few cards, that'll tell me that something big might be coming for that case. Spirit, is there any resolution or justice coming for any of the cases we've already looked at, or a case from the past? Can you give me a few cards if there is an obvious case? Chariot. It is triumph and overcoming, forward progression. The Empress. The High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles. I mean, I'm just going to say it. All of this is giving me Eric Kirk energy. The Chariot, the Travel, the Desert, the Empress, the Mom, the Secrets, the new CEO. I'll get 2 more, but it looks like obviously we're heavy in that energy, but in terms of like something currently unresolved, it looks like defending, defense. Let me get one more. Wheel of Fortune. The Moon. Six of Cups with Justice. Secrets around children, justice, and an Empress needing to defend herself because the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. Again, okay, I'm just going to leave that there for now, but that's giving me Erica energy and the wheels of fate that are turning to where she's now going to have to be on defense. You see even the two little dragons down here with this Empress. There's like secrets, but a changing of fates for this feminine right now. She's on top of the world, or so she thinks. But look at this woman defending the two kids. But all of the wands are now pointing at her and she's having to defend herself. Something changes in Erica's energy that puts her on the defense. Okay, let me get a final oracle card for 2026 in the true crime space. Oh, I'm a liar again. I don't know why this is all over the place. I will use the Cat's Tarot. I want to see if there's a psychic or somebody in the spiritual space that helps bring some sort of resolution to this space. And you know, maybe even that's why it hits mainstream media, is if this is in somebody's local town. The fact that, you know, somebody spiritual or with gifts ends up like finding this person or leading them to her or something like that could be what puts it into media. But that energy was there too. So let's see. Spirit, is there a psychic energy attached to whatever is going to happen in the energy that we read today? Any significance around the psychic community and their involvement? Seven of Cups, the Lovers, Ace of Pentacles. King of Cups and the Devil. King of Cups, the Devil, a gift, the Lovers, and the Seven of Cups. Illusions, options. King of Cups, the Devil with options, Lovers. That doesn't really answer my question about the psychic community, but again, just confirms the energy we were reading. Okay, unless this is like a masculine energy reader who finds something, and this is just saying that they don't necessarily work with the light for their answers. I mean, not everybody does. Some people, you know, channel other ways and get answers from darker spirits too. Like, that is a thing. Here on this channel, we use the light and the Holy Spirit, but maybe this masculine energy reader doesn't, or the masculine in this marriage had something to do with the psychic space. Maybe he was intuitive or spiritual, or, you know, something like that. It's definitely pointing to a masculine and somebody that doesn't necessarily work in the light if they are in this space of spirituality. So, all right, let's get a final oracle card. Oh, the Fox. I just heard in my head very sternly stop and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Card 22 and 2 at the bottom again. We just had this last night as the final oracle card, I believe. And then so now we have 2, 2, 2. When I was asking about timing, we seen 3, 2, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're seeing 2, 2, 2. I kind of want to glance at these first 6 cards just to see if they tell a story as well. What is this? The Devil? Picked up the Devil and turned it over in my hand. Sacred Boundaries, that's that octopus card. Inner Conflict. Nourish the Shadow. Here we have like the Black Panther here and here. This Black Panther looks like they're locked behind a door. This one looks thirsty and tired, almost giving me like, yeah, like trapped, stuck, locked somewhere, stuck somewhere, needing water. Wait, why do I have so many? Okay, 6. Claim your power, perception, and breakthrough. All right, so let's read No Expectations. I will wrap this up, and then yes, I will come back tomorrow and let you guys know about the 2026 private reading special for looking at the year ahead and what that all entails. And we will reflect on our New Year's resolutions, any journaling we do tonight, however our night ends up going, and then we will look at like bigger global events for the year ahead for some sort of like 2026 prediction style reading. So stay tuned for all of that. 22, Black Panther. Black Panther represents walking into the dark and exploring the feminine power of allowing development to come from the unknown. Walking into the dark. Walking into the unknown with no expectations is the key that will open the door to your success. The no expectation medicine of this card strongly advises you to not limit yourself with ideas about how anything will unfold. Life is planning something more delicious than you can currently understand. Something profound is on the horizon for you. Trust life without needing to be the dictator of how and when your manifestations will blossom into fruition. Intense expectations will only inhibit the ability of what is more extraordinary to develop. Take the risk for what you desire without the desperate need to control how it will unfold. A situation you perceive as a failure today maybe will lead you to unfathomable success in 3 years. This is why an expectation of how you think things should work is futile. Understand that whatever occurs in your life is meant for your growth. Our misguided steps and our mistakes are our greatest teachers. Taking risks allows divine opportunities to present themselves. Take note if you are met with continuous resistance and rigid expectation. This is a universal sign that another direction is more beneficial. So take a step back and allow the path of least resistance to be revealed. This is not to say you should give up immediately, but it does warn you that you may be unaligned with flow. It may also be a signal that you just need to wait a bit longer. Black Panther is the queen of facing fears and taking risks to achieve her heart's desires. If you are questioning whether to go forward with an idea that feels totally uncertain, Black Panther medicine asks you to just go for it. Do not seek immediate gratification. Remember, the result may take time to unravel, but taking the risk to do what is best for you will always yield positive results. All right, take that if that was a message for you. And I guess we will just sit on this reading and see how it unfolds in the next few months. And yeah, I would love to know your thoughts down below if you've heard of anything like this already that's happening right now in your part of the world. And yeah, we will collectively just keep our eyes and ears open to anything that represents or resembles this type of energy. Thank you guys again for hanging out with me on New Year's Eve. I wish you guys a beautiful evening tonight. Please be safe. Drop a comment, say hello. I am excited to hang out with you guys, and I will see you tomorrow for New Year's Day. I love you. Bye.